I did my job. Our job is to follow the facts and the law without fear or favor. And that's exactly what we did here. I did my job. We did our job. Many voices out there. The only voice that matters is the voice of the jury, and the jury has spoken.
Hello everybody, my name is Karma from Wrecked to the Hull. You know, there is nothing I love more than waking up in the morning and looking outside to see the big, bright, beautiful fire the Democrats have set and are continuing to add fuel to. For those of you who have been living under a rock, the chances of civil war happening in America have risen exponentially recently, because former President Donald Trump has just been found guilty by the New York jurors on all 34 accounts. Last year, Ben Shapiro said that 2024 was going to be the most ugly, the most insane election year in American history, and good God, he was right. Because this is possibly the greatest miscarriage of justice in American history. Pardon any background noise. My neighbor Billy Bob thinks that whenever I press the record button, it's a perfect time to break out the chainsaw and do some woodwork. First off, this trial took place in New York, which, as we all know, New York has nothing but warm feelings towards Donald Trump. So warm that if he were to be elected president again, they might just burn the whole city down. Second, even if the vast majority of New Yorkers didn't hold half as much love in their hearts for Trump as orcs do for elves, finding someone who doesn't have an opinion on Donald Trump is damn near impossible. Mind you, I'm being generous in assuming that it is even possible at all to find someone with no opinion on Trump. You may as well go out with Al Gore and try to find Man Bear Pig while you're at it. I'm sure odds of success are just as high. Third, this case was so off the rails insane and convoluted, even the jury was confused as fuck on what to do. Basically what it came down to is the judge gave the jury multiple choice on what the conviction was. They didn't all have to agree on what the crime was, but as long as they circled a crime, then Trump was guilty. If that sounds unconstitutional as fuck to you, that's because it is. The jury actually had to come out and ask the judge to repeat the instructions. That's how insane the instructions were. This, of course, makes what Alvin Bragg, the human Reese's Puff, and the man who literally was elected on the promise that he would prosecute Trump, say about this situation even more infuriating.
I did my job.
What fucking job? While people are being shoved onto subway tracks by homeless people out of their minds on fentanyl, all you seem to do is sit on your ass and shove food into your face like Slimer. How many of those people who murder people on subway stations and in the streets are in jail?
Our job is to follow the facts and the law without fear or favor.
Without fear, unless you count the thought of failing to convict Trump and piss off Biden and his cronies, then maybe. Without favor? That is honestly one of the most laughable things I have ever heard in such a dark situation. Alvin Fat Bastard Bragg was very much in favor of convicting Trump, so don't give me the without favor bullshit.
And that's exactly what we did here. I did my job. We did our job. Many voices out there. The only voice that matters is the voice of the jury, and the jury has spoken.
You mean that insanely biased jury? Yeah, they can all go fuck themselves for all I care. Honestly, it took me so long to record this because of how insane and enraging this whole situation is. The only positive I see from this is that Donald Trump now has more support than ever before. As soon as he's elected president, the first thing he needs to do is launch investigations into all these people involved with the prosecution. That doesn't just mean Alvin Bragg, that means Merrick Garland, and, obviously, Joe Biden, as well as anybody who even had a smidgen bit of involvement in Donald Trump's prosecution. The time to implement mutually assured destruction in politics is long overdue. And by the way, it's hard to call it mutually assured destruction when Biden gets prosecuted. That dude is insanely corrupt. Biden has done actual mafia shit. He got his son Hunter to act as his bagman, taking trips around the world and throwing around his last name to get millions of dollars. So I find it hard to believe that it would be mutually assured destruction if Biden is prosecuted on all those things. Anyway, that's gonna be all from me today, folks. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a dislike. The voice of Wrecked, signing out.